Indiana Disability History Project, Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Indiana University.
I found my calling. Ray Lay.
I first stayed at that boys' school for approximately 6 months in Plainfield, Indiana. And after good behavior, they actually let me go home, back to Gary. 2 months later, I was back in boys' school. All that time, I still never had actually been able to understand that I was experiencing a mental health condition. I was experiencing what's known today as schizophrenia. And my diagnosis today is schizoaffective disorder. But I didn't know how to tell people that I'm hearing voices nobody else hear. I made it back to Gary again, and unfortunately, I took someone's life. And they caught me. The police caught me, and I went through the judicial process. They did have me to talk with some doctors, psychiatrists, and they adjudicated that I was not able to help in my defense. And so they sent me to what was then known as Beatty Memorial Hospital for the Criminally Insane. When I entered that hospital, I was 15 years old. And yes, I can't say it was culture shock, but it was shock. One of the first things that greeted me was a needle. I was impaled with that needle, and I think for the next 4 or 5 days, I was sleeping. To complement that needle, I was given these little medicine cups with an orange or a red or a green liquid in it and some pills. I come to find out later I was being given a liquid dose of Thorazine right along with the intramuscular dose of Thorazine, right along with Haldol and Cogentin. I entered at 15, stayed there until I turned 18. Then they put me out into the other, what they call the other population. The other population was people from Michigan City, people from the other correctional facilities. I've come to find out that my condition was aggravated by me being in the Marine Corps. And I never knew that I was diagnosed with schizophrenia or what schizophrenia is. I know now. May the 12th of 2007. That was the day I read my service medical records. After they had denied me, a guy down at the Veteran Administration Regional Office downtown Indianapolis, he told me I need to get a copy of my service medical records, and he helped me to get a copy. And I read it, and although I don't remember it happened, but I suffered a psychotic break. Oh, I received services from the VA. At the time that I first started seeking service, I was not being, I'm gonna put it this way, honest. I was stating that I wanted treatment with my substance use, specifically alcohol, not knowing that they were already, all three were already intertwined. The substances, the alcohol, and the mental health. I didn't realize it at that time. I just basically went in asking for help with the substances, the alcohol. And I did not at that time receive any services for my mental health treatment. And how I ended up getting mental health treatment was when I went homeless. Today, I'm an Indiana certified recovery specialist. And I specifically work with persons with mental health and substance abuse issues. I did the training Finished that Friday. That Saturday morning, I went across the street to the Central Library here in Indianapolis, and I took the test. 2 weeks later, I got a letter in the mail saying I had passed the test. And I was an Indiana Certified Recovery Specialist. The following year, I took the training to become a Veteran Administration Peer Support Specialist. And I do have the honor to work with a lot of veterans. And I have been able to help quite a few vets learn how to live with their condition better, just like I learned how to live with my condition better. And I've also been able to utilize those experiences to help as I train psychiatrists, psychologists, police officers, and correctional officers. I no longer drink, no longer drug, haven't smoked a cigarette in almost 12 years. I'm a homeowner, I'm a business owner. I am not only just a business, but I'm a service-disabled, veteran-owned small business and minority business enterprise, Indiana veteran-owned small business, and disabled-owned business enterprise.
Music, Redwood Trail.
Produced by the Indiana Institute on Disability and Community, Center for Health Equity. Funded by Indiana Governor's Council for People with Disabilities. Copyright 2021, the Trustees of Indiana University.